Yeah, now break it down like.
So one of the first things I'm going to need to make my ladyfish fish patties is breadcrumbs. Take some old bread that I have. I'm going to toast it and make breadcrumbs from the bread. So I toasted this bread and I am going to crush it up to make my breadcrumbs. What I did was I went outside, I got some fresh lavender, some fresh basil, some fresh oregano, and some fresh thyme. Chopped it up and I blended it in with my breadcrumbs. Doing a catch and cook ladyfish video. I caught this yesterday. Ladyfish are very fun to catch. They jump like crazy. They're like little mini tarpons. Most people don't eat it. They say that it's too bony and it doesn't have a lot of meat on it. I'm going to do a fish cake with it and we will see how it actually tastes to me. So the Dreaded Fisherman's Catch and Cook Ladyfish will begin now. Fillet the ladyfish. The meat is soft. It doesn't look that bad, but it is soft. Kind of mushy. I am going to scrape the meat out, separate the bones out, and that meat is what I'm going to use for my fish cake. That's one fillet scraped out. Again, I don't have all my gear with me, but I'm just going to show you by holding the camera in my hand. What I'm doing is I'm taking my spoon and I'm actually running it across and getting the actual meat off of the fish. That meat I am putting to the side, and that's what I am going to be using for the fish cake. Interesting thing to me is you can see I scraped the flesh off of the fish with the spoon, and all the bones seem to be attached to the skin of the fish. I don't know if you can see that, but these bones were all kind of attached, like almost like to the skin of the ladyfish. I scraped the bone on the inside of the, I guess the main bone there after the fillet. And after scraping all the bones, this is the flesh that I got. So this is the meat that I got from that ladyfish, and I am going to blend it with the breadcrumbs I made, an egg, and this smoked paprika, garlic, chili, and chive spice blend. Remember, the breadcrumbs have fresh thyme, basil, lavender, oregano in it. The seasoning is in there. The breadcrumbs, the egg, and the fish. Man, if you could only smell this. If you could smell this, it smells incredible. I will see how this catch and cook ladyfish turns out. So I'm gonna blend this fish together with the breadcrumbs, and I'm gonna smash it up, thoroughly mix it, and then I'm going to roll it into put it into two fish cakes. Smells good anyway. Let's see what this ladyfish turns out like. These are the fish cakes that I made with the ladyfish after adding the breadcrumbs and the egg and binding it together. I actually put it in the refrigerator for a little while before I made the patties, just to harden and cool them off so that the patties stay together better. I'm going to deep fry these, well actually I'm gonna pan fry these in canola oil. They smell amazing. I wish you can smell this. So I did a flip of the fish cakes, and that fishy smell isn't really there. It's still a little bit, but not much. And you can see it looks pretty doggone good. So I'm hoping it tastes as good as it looks. The Dreaded Fisherman, Catch and Cook, Ladyfish. Have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Catch and Cook Dreaded Fisherman's Ladyfish edition. I made some fish cakes, again, with the breadcrumbs I made by hand. Fresh herbs and spices in there. I have a side of grits. There's honey and butter grits that I made with it. And just a nice plum tomato. Put a little bit of Tabasco on the fish cakes and we will see what it's like. So I cut one open and it smells really good. Let's do a little taste and see what this ladyfish tastes like. Well, honestly, it tastes very good like any other fish cake. I think the seasoning may be overpowering the fish. I have a little slight fish taste, but maybe the seasoning is overpowering any taste of the fish. There's a slight fish taste to it. It tastes very good. I mean, it's really good, but I can't honestly say if it's the fish or not the fish. It doesn't taste any different than any other fish cake that I've had, or crab cake for that. Fact, I mean, it tastes just as good as any other crab cake. It's very good. But again, I don't know if it's just the seasoning or what, but it's very tasty, and I don't see why you would throw it back. It doesn't seem like it's any extra work. I think it blends really nicely with the breadcrumbs, and it's not a foul tasting fish or anything. Actually, it's pretty good. Again, that's another Dreaded Fisherman's Catch and Cook.